straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever? What's up, y'all? It's Friday. We are down here to talk about a little random topics here. We are down here, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Friday, ready for the weekend. Honey, did y'all see that monster? I'm going to read some of your comments from that post that I posted to the community page. I think that's what I'm going to do. From now on, maybe we'll do that on Fridays. We'll read your comments from the community, honey. I watched the interview with Claudia and Monique and Sydney. Of course, he was there. He's always around. And I love how they framed, Sydney being around Monique to make sure that he protects her. Because, single women in Hollywood, they're basically just prey for the Hollywood machine. Claudia did a good interview, but it was much of what we heard over and over and over again. We all hope that Monique gets everything that she wants. We hope that she's, that she finds healing, because we have been listening to her story over and over and over again for the last 4, 5, whatever years, okay? There is a gap and a hurt there from Oprah, Tyler, and Lee that she it seems as that she cannot move past that. And so we hope everything works out for her. Y'all know how I feel about Monique. You can go watch old videos of Monique, how I feel about Monique. But go watch that Claudia Jordan interview. Claudia does so well at interviewing. She really does well in her job. Now, speaking of Claudia Jordan, we want to talk about on Wednesday, I mentioned, Nene and her tired ass first look of this show that she has coming out. We talked a little bit about that. And I mentioned Claudia in that, in my opinion. And I had mentioned Claudia before I knew that this happened, what I'm getting ready to read you. Apparently, some person made a comment to Claudia after Claudia made a reference to Cynthia's wedding, and Nene feeling like going to Cynthia's wedding would not benefit her. I'm not sure how that works, but it's just a testament to how selfish and self-centered and self-absorbed she is to feel as though she can go to a wedding of a old friend, old castmate, old co-worker, and actually desire to benefit from going to someone else's wedding when those days are typically focused on the man and the woman getting married, not the guest. Okay. And so Claudia made a statement about that. And then somebody came after Claudia, and like a lot of women do, and unfortunately they do that, they throw in your face your abuse. Right? I can see why that nigga whooped your ass. Go get your corns off your toes fixed. This was Smart Mouth Lady. She's living up to her name. But honey, I want to see if I have bats in the cave, honey, because y'all may not tell me and be talking about me like, girl, you saw she had a bat in the cave, girl. So Nene comes and actually tags the person who makes this comment and laughs at the comment. So Claudia comes back and says, "Oh, you laughing at a woman getting whooped by a man? Okay, I guess since you want to laugh at my abuse, now I have the green light to laugh at the abuse your surgeon been doing on that face. Once again, you overpaid. You hate women and seeing others happy and things not being about you. Period. Let Cynthia have this moment. As much as I don't fuck with you, I'd never laugh at you getting hurt by some man. But that's typical Nene in lowercase. She didn't capitalize her name, honey. That's typical Nene. Evil and miserable with a rotten spirit. That's why you will most likely never work in television in a real, credible way. No one wants to deal with that. Your attitude sucks. You're a talentless, illiterate, narcissistic bully who thinks you're far more important than you really are, baby. Baby. Woo! Your brand is being rude, abrasive, and arrogant. You're a joke, a punchline at best. Girl, get the procession going, honey, because we need to call for a funeral. This is her obituary, if you ask me. Here, she wasn't done. Claudia was not done. She wasn't finished. You thought that hoe was done, but she wasn't. She said, Nene, added her again, bitch. Since you want to talk about my abuse, I got the green light. And baby, when I tell you that bitch was going through green lights, red lights with no brakes, leave it to Claudia to get Nene's ass together with truth and with facts. Not a rehearsed read like your girl Phaedra, but with truth and facts. Right? Get your reads together, Ken. Get your reads together, Ken. Remember that? Get your reads together. That was Nene. Honey, Claudia has her reads together. And your piss poor attempt at a talk show made me feel sorry for you. Like, where are your friends to tell you the truth? The reading room? More like the upper room, because that move just killed any chance of you being taken seriously ever again. Oh, how the mighty have fallen over ego. Who fumbles, baby? Baby, who fumbles a $2 million easy bag? You can be yourself, Lanithia, for $2 million. For $2 million, you can be yourself and argue with these bitches over lunch. But no. Then films in an empty warehouse and calls it a talk show while looking every bit of a non-union public access TV project. If you weren't so busy shitting on your one talk show host friend and looking down your 5 times reconstructed monstrosity of a nose, she could have given you some tips. The real gag is you once told me Hollywood wasn't checking for me. Well, now look who the whole world, wait a minute, bitch. Look at who the whole world, me, will now look at the whole world checking for you. Okay, and what she said, and I've been doing you a favor, keeping it real cute and surface with you, but you just gave me a green light, Miss Leaks. Speaking of leaks, maybe it's time I leak the backstory of how we came to know each other back in 2009. Honey, talking about when you needed an assist while you were out bopping behind Greg's back with a certain football player. Remember? And that was the same person that Marlo was seeing. I can't remember the guy's name. That's the real reason you came for me so hard on your show. You knew I knew and kept your secret. You thought calling me a hoe would make me less of one. Nah, B. The only one of us here has ever traded cat for red bottoms, and it ain't even me. And since you thought it was funny to laugh at an abuse victim, I won't feel bad at you. I won't feel bad about wearing out that wide, sloppy butt of yours. You deserve all this karma for all the people you have hurt along the way. But now we're supposed to feel bad for you because you tricked off your opportunity? This fall from grace will not be pretty, and you deserve every bit of your destiny. I hope you saved those coins you used to brag about. Doubt it, baby. Claudia dragged the hell out of Nene. She really did. She dragged the shit out of Nene. And there's nothing else that you can say to come back from that. Speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, the trailer came out. Portia is going to have some Dennis drama. Her storyline is going to be about Dennis. Seems to be about her activism. And then her getting it on with this stripper. When we saw, if you go back and look at the trailer, people have pointed it out. If you look through those mini blinds, honey, we see 2 legs to the moon. So we don't know what is going on. Kenya is going to have Mark drama. I guess he is going to be trying to file for divorce. Cynthia and her wedding drama. The stripper drama. Candy drama. It seems like a drama with... what's his name? Stock, Block. What's his name? Riley's father. Him not paying child support. So we're going to see how that, baby, Mama Joyce called him a hood rat. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Shout out to Mama Joyce. Lil Wayne endorses Trump. We talked about that in the on the community page. And I want to read a couple of comments from you guys' response to that. First, we saw that, hold on, let me get to it. We saw that Lil Wayne posted a picture on, what is it called? Twitter. And he said, I just had a great meeting with Donald Trump. Besides what he's done so far with criminal reform, the Platinum Plan is really going to give the community real ownership. He listened to what we had to say today and assured that he will and can get it done. Lil Wayne. And you got Lil Wayne looking like a termite, going like this, child, a mess. Thumbs up. Here we go. Here's some comments from you. Trouble in a Bubble said, if he don't go on somewhere with them boneless dreads, he's been abandoned the black community, but I digress. Stephania for sure says, did you hear what Ebro said about black men wanting to be white men and their belief that if they have all the money in the world, date and marry white women, sit at tables with them, distance themselves from their communities, that somehow they're equals? Yeah, that's a problem. I've said it over and over and over again that there are certain black men who want to be so much like their oppressor that they really just start to mimic their behaviors within their community and become really dangerous in their communities, just like white men. Yeah. This is IMC Brown says, this is what I tweeted in response to someone saying that he was a freedom thinker. It says, I have yet to hear one of these free thinkers express an intelligent, well thought out viewpoint, opinion, or belief on why they support Trump. Just regurgitate talking points fed to them like they are baby birds. Liberia Rose said, that looks like the perfect couple to me. Their outfits even match. It certainly does go to show black men aren't necessarily in search for equality for all. They're more interested in having the right to do the same fuck shit. She said funk, but I know you meant fuck, diva. That white men do and get away with it just like that do. Some, not all. She hit you with a some, not all at the end. So it said, Real Abiola said, let the minstrel show continue, I guess. Please use your deductive reasoning skills and understand what's really happening here. Portia Keela said, seriously, are we surprised? I gave up on him 3 years ago. It's obviously something's wrong with his brain. That explains why his dreads keep disappearing. Miss Brika 30 says, none of these rappers will be around if this fool wins again. I think it's mighty funny he will meet with black entertainers but not black policymakers. Kia Sia says, I listened to Ice Cube's interview with Trevor Noah today. He never thoroughly explained why he went to a person with the most power to the black community. He did, however, mention the plan of action being focused on economics and not police brutality. Is this the same guy who rapped, fuck the police, saying police brutality isn't important? I'm confused. Let me see. Mel Penn said, look at my African American over there. I remember when Trump said that. Y'all remember when Trump got in front of thousands of people and said that? Right. Quentin Carter, shout out to Quentin, says, another weak link in our community. That lean has gone to his head, honey. That lean got him brain dead. That's exactly what he said. Mandy 4369 said, I'm not saying reality TV stars and hardcore drug users can't have reputable and informed, educated opinions. I'm just saying that I prefer to take advice from people who don't share toddler-sized handful of brain cells between them, okay? Sharing their brain cells. Let's see what else. Justin, shout out to Justin. He said, Trump met with the best and brightest in the culture. This is a mess. Right. Trump is not a real politician. Thank you guys for your comments. Yeah, it is what it is. What kind of impact? First of all, Lil Wayne probably ain't even registered to vote. Let's start there. Okay. Because, honey, Snoop, his ass just registered to vote yesterday, a while ago. He just said what? The other day he registered to vote. My eyelashes are hitting my glasses. Okay. Sorry. Yesterday I watched Tamar on Tamron Hall. I posted the full interview on the community page. You know, Tamron Hall, she likes to create 15 different segments for a 40-minute interview 3 days after the interview originally airs, and nobody's interested. Let me give you some advice down at the Tamron Hall show. If you want people to talk about the interviews that you guys post, you need to at least the next day post the entire interview. Posting segments of interviews, 10 segments, 4, 5, 6, that Andrew Gillum you miss. A person reviewing or talking about the interview will miss parts of the interview when you guys post them like that. Just post the whole interview. Anyways, Tamar, she talked about Tamar's situation. She asked her if she felt like the family sold their soul. Overall, I thought the interview was just okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 4. I really didn't hear anything that was outside of what we already know. Tamar had this idea that she wanted to display sisterhood among sisters. To me, what I got from it was Tamar wanted to do this fake fantasy world that included her dysfunctional, toxic family. And they started off like that. A lot of people, I watched a couple of episodes here and there. I see clips, but I could never get into that. Like, again, I did not want to watch a fake Christian black family with an abusive father and a mother who is sitting in her bitterness, rightfully so. She has a right to be bitter, but sitting in her bitterness, trying to save face by acting like nothing's wrong with a bunch of dysfunctional siblings. Now, if anything, Tamar, what you guys did show was that you guys are just like a lot of other black families in our community, right? Father is stepping out. Mother tries to save face for as long as she can, staying in the relationship. The daughters are all fucked up, dealing with fucked up men, having their different issues with their men. This is real life, but you don't want real life. You want to show a fantasy. That's what I got from it. She says she's tired of being the angry black woman. She did admit to contributing to to this persona of who she is. She has been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Tamron asked her, do you know who you are? And a lot of when I was watching Get Your Life, I kept saying Tamar is she has a very low self-esteem. She did mention that, but I feel like she doesn't know who she is, and she needs to do a lot of self-reflection, as we all can use every now and again, but that needs to happen not in front of cameras, and that's just what it is. She has a new podcast called Under Construction, and then I realized when she said about David, when Tamron was giving the statement from the We TV people, and she was talking, and then Tamar injected, she goes, lies. That's what she was doing when they did that Iyanla show, where I feel like you still haven't learned, right? If somebody is lying on you in the middle of Tamron reading their statement, you do not have to inject that they're lying. Lies. I was like, why did you do that? I feel bad for Tamar, but as I watched the show, and then another point, there's no way in the world that a man could file a restraining order on me, say that I need to be institutionalized, say that tell people about my inner family issues, meet with my brother-in-law without my permission, and me turn around and say he was a good man, and that how the fuck is a 7-year-old best friends with an old ass nigga like that? Tamar, get the fuck out of here. But that's part of Tamar's issue that she needs to work on. You want to act like you're above it all. That idea that comes from Christianity. I know you guys are not going to like me saying that, but it comes from Christianity. Be the bigger person when somebody else is slapping you in the face. Turn the other cheek. That comes from those tenets in Christianity. You like, is the mother's name Evelyn? I think that's the mother's name. Being the bigger person while you stewing in your bitter juices. That's not, be honest. Be honest. And that's the problem, is that you guys wanted this fantasy, fictional idea of what sisterhood looked like. And the truth is, y'all are as fucked up as every other, one another, skip another family. Any other typical black ass family down there in any area, any neighborhood, any socioeconomic level. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Your family is toxic and it's fucked up. And I don't know how in the world you would make it seem like you guys were just these perfect sisters. The tea started to spill, I guess, like the second or third season, where we got to see, oh, y'all really don't really fuck with Tamar like that. And then again, back to my point, talking about David and these nice words, that comes from that idea that I'm a bigger person. There's no way in the world that I would have given him any accolades in the midst of all of this. We may have to wait a couple of years for me to say, oh, I really love David and he was my best friend and he was my 7-year-old son's best friend. When from what I see, David used Logan as a way to disrupt your life. He didn't come in there creating a calm environment. He used your child to create disruption. And to me, that's not being a best friend. That's creating division between a mother and a son. Anyways, y'all, that's my time. I gotta go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. We might come down here tomorrow. I don't know yet, depending on what transpires throughout the day. Y'all go put roses on Nene's grave after Claudia done read her to death. And go put some roses on the bald spots of Lil Wayne. Take care of each other. What to say? What I really would have loved to see about the Braxton family values is that them on their road to reconciliation and healing as a toxic family, and the reasons for, and identifying the reasons for the toxicity in their family. I think it would have been a more truthful, authentic display of family dynamics if they approached it that way. All right, y'all. Peace.